loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the 2022 love life prediction. So the year ahead, what your love life is going to look like in the year of 2022. So if you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how they work. So over here we have group number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you guys can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. And then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading for the year of 2022, all about your love life. If you guys like to choose with crystals on these cards, then let's go ahead and pop some crystals on these cards. All right, my loves, if you guys like to choose with crystals, here are our crystal options. Over here we have some gorgeous pyrite. So that's for group number 1, and then group number 2, we have this really beautiful pink girasol. And then for group number 3, we have this black tourmaline crystal. Then for group number 4, we have this rubellite crystal, which is basically red tourmaline. And then over here for group number 5, we have this Angel Aura Spirit Quartz. So again, take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile. Sorry, I cannot get this crystal back on this card. So take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you're the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. And then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal 2022 year ahead prediction for your love life. And without further ado, let's hop right into today's video. All right, so group number 1, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be a reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group 1, here's what we have for you guys. We have the 7 of Wands, King of Pentacles, Justice, Ace of Cups, and the Page of Wands. We also have solar flares, which is the activation sort of energy. And then we also have Chiron, which is all about healing. It's the wounded warrior, basically. So a couple things that I'm noticing off the bat is, yeah, the fact that we even have Chiron right here. I would say you guys are going through massive shifts and massive healing, especially internally, going through a lot of up-leveling in terms of self-love. The fact that we have the activation right here with solar flares. The solar flares always reminds me of the solar plexus chakra. They're both very related. And the solar plexus chakra, which is the yellow chakra located by the stomach, this one is all about stepping into your femininity or masculinity, whichever one that you relate most to, but kind of like stepping into your power basically, and stepping into a very confident space. And we also have a lot of yellow kind of going on in these cards. That's just really sticking out to me. So I'd say that you guys are really activating that chakra this year. And in terms of your love life, this means that you guys are going to really start to set some new boundaries, really start to know what it is that you want, and really step into a deeper maturity that you've never really kind of maybe reached or known of or been aware of before. It's kind of like your consciousness is reaching a new level of maturity and knowledge and wisdom. And it looks like you guys are definitely going to be putting your foot down and saying no to the things that you no longer desire. And there's going to be certain things that you guys just do not put up with anymore. 2022 is like bringing out this energy in you guys where it's kind of like you guys are stepping into more of a assertive place and a bit more like kind of just asserting your own dominance basically when it comes to your love life and what it is that you will put up with and what it is that you absolutely will not put up with whatsoever at all. The King of Pentacles is also, I see this as you guys stepping into, again, this more assertive energy. The King of Pentacles is very assertive. He knows what he wants, and he's willing to take things slow if that's what it's going to take to like get what he actually wants. He's okay with taking his time. He's not somebody who, if you have them sitting there, and you know those tests where you either have a kid or a pet and you leave them in the room with like a cookie or something or like a treat, and you're like, if you don't touch that by the time I get back, I'll give you 2 of them. And you know, a lot of them they can't resist it. You know, you walk out of the room and then they're just immediately like, I just need the cookie, I just need the treat, like whatever. And so they end up taking it. You guys, you're getting past that. You're realizing that that does not give you what you want and that does not pay off. You're willing to wait for what it is that you do want. You're willing to put in the work, put in the effort, and just stand your own ground and stand by your own beliefs, stand by your values. I think that you guys will be creating deeper values than you've ever created before. We also have justice right here. So this can be talking about a situation that you guys have already been in and that you guys are going to be maybe even confronting something, or yeah, like really putting your foot down, like demanding what it is that you want. And people that don't step up to it, it's kind of like, well, so long, buddy. You know, like, yeah, you guys are definitely stepping into your power in regards to your love life in 2022. We're no longer taking no-ish. We no longer want no immaturity. We no longer want people that are not on the same level, that don't have our same values and goals in mind. Yeah. We also have the Ace of Cups here. So I do think you guys are going to be resolving a certain situation. There's a certain situation in your love life that I think you guys are going to be coming to terms with, resolving, standing your ground for, and laying down the rules, basically. I also think that if there's been a situation in the past that you need closure on, or you require maybe just to step up for yourself in a way, that's going to be happening in 2022, and it's going to have a really good outcome for you, because I think it's going to lead you to real fulfillment in love, and realizing what that real fulfillment is. Real fulfillment does not come by letting people walk all over you. The real fulfillment comes when we wait something out and actually attain what we have desired by building something strong and not rushing into something. So there's a lot of like good lessons that I think you guys have already learned that you're going to just be implementing in 2022. And I think it's going to lead you to a really good opportunity. The Ace of Cups, the fact that we even have this one here, if you guys are already in a relationship, I see this getting so much better through the deeper talks, through the more, I don't know, just your shift in energy is bringing this relationship to a much better level. But I also see this as a ton of self-love. And even if you guys are single, for one, this is a lot of self-love and self-fulfillment and realizing that you have the power to fill up your own cup. But I also do see, if you guys are single, I do see something blossoming, especially since it's next to the Page of Wands. Like there's something new coming in if you guys are single, or there's like a fresh start with someone if you guys are currently, you know, in a relationship, and maybe it's, you know, you've been learning a lot of lessons together. It seems like there's like this new beginning that's opening up, because both of these cards symbolize a beginning. So there is something that is refreshing or beginning, or you're reaching a new stage, a new level in your love life. There's a new stage or new level coming in. Ace of Cups with Page of Wands. But you guys are absolutely deeply healing all aspects of yourself. And I think you guys are also realizing that we can't just 100% be fully, what's the word I'm looking for? Cold and harsh and brash all the time. Like, as you guys kind of step into this new mature state, I think you're also going to be realizing the value in balancing your boundaries and seriousness with love and fun. There needs to be a balance between that, because justice is also the balance, and it's sitting right here perfectly in the middle of this reading between the practical boundaries and standing up for yourself and assertiveness. Like this whole side is like assertion, seriousness, realness, truth, cold hard truth. And then this side over here, which is right in between the scales, in between the balance, is also about full love, openness, fun, spontaneity, desire, passion, just overflowing with love, basically. So I think that you guys are also healing a certain aspect of yourselves and finding the balance between these two things. But I think you guys are finally integrating a lot of this more seriousness, because I think you guys are realizing deeper what it is that you really want. But then there's also this side of you that's like, I just want to feel full love and be able to have fun in my love life, be able to enjoy it and feel like real love, because love doesn't just, you can't really blossom love just from seriousness and like, this is what I want and I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to get it. Like, we can't really experience a lot of fun that way. Although that side is important, there's a duality to it. This side is really important and you need it to have a solid foundation. Otherwise, this just gets out of hand and blows up and just doesn't, overflows, and then we're just flooded and then it just ends, right? So we need to have a solid foundation, good boundaries and good walls, and then we can let our fountain flow without completely running over and then losing everything that we're trying to gain, right? So this way we can actually keep it. We're now building a solid fountain that can keep flowing and flowing and flowing, but we cannot build a fountain without having the solidity backed behind it, and nor can we have the solidity without the beautiful fountain, because otherwise we're not really experiencing anything at that point. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so 2022 is all about this balance. And I do see mid to end of 2022, middle of 2022, you're going to feel so much more balanced than ever. But mid to end of 2022, there's this huge, fresh new beginning. There's this whole doorway opening up in love where you guys are reaching a new stage in your love life. If you guys are single, I really see love coming in for you by the end of 2022, at least an opportunity for it. That seems pretty promising. And then again, if you guys are already in a relationship, I kind of just see this fresh new start and this sort of like beautiful ability to open up and have fun and just open up to a new level and reignite the flame, essentially. So with that being said, let's get into our next few cards. We also have the new moon in Libra. That's so funny because we also have Justice, which is connected to Libra. And this one says, know that you are loved. Also, new moon in Libra. This is a new, fresh start in relationships. We have Ace of Cups and Page of Wands. So, I mean, that makes total sense for you guys. But yeah, new moon in Libra. Know that you are loved. You are loved no matter what. This is time to open up your heart, open up your ability to socialize, get out there, to speak, to have balance and fairness between the two sides of love, the two spectrums, the seriousness and the flow. Okay, the walls, the structure, and the excitement and fun. It needs to have a balance. This is also about balance and fairness between you and another person. Do you guys have a balance of values and belief systems? And are we speaking our authentic truth? And are we really seeing each other eye to eye? And we're allowing each other to blossom in our fullness that we are? Because that's all this Libra energy. Libra energy is, balanced, fair, but loving and deep, but also knowledgeable and wise. So we got that there. We also have the last quarter moon in Aquarius. We got some air energy here, you guys. We have Aquarius and Libra here. Again, Aquarius reminds me also of sort of like this balance, because Aquarius is very humanitarian. And they want to do what's fair, and they want to do something for the bigger picture. So this is almost like the King of Pentacles too, even though they're a kind of different element, but they still have a similar essence where they want something for the bigger picture. They're willing to wait for it for the bigger picture. So just as it says down here, reflect on your priorities. What's a priority to you? So 2022 is going to be a huge question on what's important to you. What do you really want and need? What do we need to give up? And what is a priority? So it's time to prioritize the things that you value rather than letting them fall to the wayside and letting the universe kind of just take you down a river that you don't want to go down. So it's time to really just put your foot down and stick to the path that you desire to create rather than just hoping that it'll end up there somehow and leaving that up to the universe. Of course, we can leave things up to the universe, but we have to be very specific on what we want and put our foot down towards things and have boundaries towards the things that we don't want. Otherwise, the river's just flowing everywhere at that point. So, yes. With that being said, next two cards. Ooh, these ones are very fitting. So we have past life relationship. You've known each other before. So this could be in regards to some of you guys who are already in a relationship and you guys are going to kind of be rekindling something. Rekindling a spark, rekindling a flame, reaching a new level. This can also be for some of you guys, if you're getting into a new relationship, maybe you're going to feel like, wow, this person just understands me. They get me so much. Some of you guys, this could be an ex that you're dealing with. We also have the card here of separation. So some of you guys might have been going through a hard time recently with your person. But a lot of this is going to be like kind of clearing up in 2022. And I think you guys are going to get the clarity that you've been seeking. And either the closure that you've been seeking or a sort of rekindling. For a lot of you guys, there's some sort of fresh start though. There's like a new beginning near the end of 2022. And this to me feels mostly like a new person. But again, if you're already in a relationship, this is sort of just rekindling a spark that maybe was lost or we got confused about. So yes, with that being said, let's go into our next few cards. So we're going to take this deck right here. Let's see what else we get for you guys. We have initiation. So, ooh, yeah, there's a spark starting, initiation of something here. Something is happening. This could either be you guys initiating proper boundaries, and I do think that it is connected to you guys kind of initiating those proper boundaries. But I also see this like initiation of separating yourself from what you no longer want, for one. The initiation of proper boundaries and separation of, I need to possibly let go of certain people in my life. I'm hugely hearing that there's certain people that you need to let go of in your life. And this could be friends, this could be a lover, this could be an ex, this could be whatever. But there is this sort of spark that will be igniting in 2022 of like, I need to put proper boundaries up to people that are maybe like stealing my energy or, you know, aren't what I'm looking for. And in order to be fair to myself and to this person, I need to be honest and just kind of like cut them out because we're not going in the same direction, you know? So initiating what it is that you actually need. And then also there's going to be an initiation of something here where like there's a new beginning coming in. So, whew, look at that. Let's get some more cards on here. We also have expression. So yeah, you guys are going to be expressing some deep, deep, deep feelings. I think you guys are going to be talking to somebody from your past and expressing some really deep emotions. This can also be a current person that you're with, but there's going to be some sort of like opening up, this initiation of opening up to really speak your authentic truth, to gain healing, closure. Chiron is healing and closure. But then it also lets its weaknesses become its strengths. So somehow, whatever it was that was your weakness in your past relationships is now going to become your strength in 2022. So wherever we fell short of before, maybe we felt short of our self-worth, maybe we felt short of respect for ourselves, whatever the case may be. But Chiron ends up using whatever that was, and now it's a strength. So if it was like a self-worth problem, all of a sudden 2022, your strength is going to be your self-worth. Your strength is going to be, you know, what you've learned in the past few years. Let's see, let's get another, oh, that one just went flying away. So let's see what we got here for you guys. We also have the card here of perseverance. Perseverance. So sticking something through. I think you guys are going to realize the value in, and I think you guys, what I gather from this is that you guys are somebody who knows how to stick to something. But I think you're realizing that we need to find people that have that same value. And also, whatever it is that you guys desire, having perseverance enough to stick it through and get to it. The earth element is so interesting. We have earth coming through too, because that King of Pentacles that we had, and this is about setting those proper foundations for something that's long lasting and being able to wait and knowing that and trusting that if we wait, we'll get to our destination. If we just hold by our values rather than rushing into something that is only half of what we want and then hoping that, you know, oh, well, it's good enough because what if I don't find something else? Perseverance of like, no, I know exactly what I want and I'm willing to wait for it no matter how long it takes because it'll be worth the wait. Like there's something here that's like, it's worth the wait. Okay, so let's get into our next few cards here. Group 1, 2022. We have the support card. So I see this as expression. Again, you guys expressing, because as you can see, like it's pouring into this cup, pouring into this cup. I think that one thing you guys will be, like someone's going to be helping you out, helping you feel better, but I think you guys are also realizing how much you give away to other people, and you need to fill up your own cup as well. This is about not people pleasing and realizing that it's just as important to fill up your own cup as it is to fill up, you know, and it's not even your duty or your job to fill up other people's cups. That's all like a personal thing, right? But I think regardless, 2022, there's going to be just a lot of support from people who you love, and I think that you're going to just feel supported in your journey to get where you want to go. I'm definitely feeling this card. We also have communication, of course we do. Oh, that's so fitting for you guys. So, I mean, this one's pretty self-explanatory. I feel like we've kind of covered this sort of idea through the expression and things like that. Communication can also talk about, like, there's new communication coming in, for example. Definitely new communication coming in. I'm also seeing support just from the universe just flowing in. Whenever you feel like it's a rainy day and you need support, it's like I feel like the universe is just gonna like have your back, basically. But yeah, I definitely see new communication coming in. Especially since we had a lot of air energy. There's new communication. I think there's gonna be people from your past that wanna talk to you, and I feel like there's gonna be somebody new that's wanting to talk to you, or just sort of like a rebirth of like communication about, you know, I really want to reach a new level with you, basically, and reignite the flame or something like that. So that's sort of a thing that I'm hearing here. So with that being said, let's get into this deck right here. We have the land between, so connecting to something. I think you guys are connecting to something that you've been really desiring. There's finally the bridge. Whereas something that you thought was maybe impossible, or something that you thought was so far away, 2022, you're really connecting to it. You're finally like reaching whatever it is that you've been desiring or dreaming about or hoping for. We also have tender embrace right here. And we also have spirit of gratitude. Gratitude comes up whenever we receive something, right? So I think you guys are going to be receiving some sort of thing that you've been hoping for or wishing for. There's going to be some sort of, connection to something that you've been hoping for. And this could be, again, a relationship or a reigniting of something. You're finally connecting to something that maybe we thought was like hopeless, or we thought was like, again, really out of our reach. All of a sudden it is within your reach in 2022. Okay, guys? So group number 1, that is what we got right there. To end off this reading, we're going to do a little pick a card within a pick a card right here. So I'm basically going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to lay down 3 different options. You guys are going to think about any question that you want to ask about your 2022 love life. And then we'll be looking at the cards. You guys will basically pick one, and then we will reveal the answers. So let's see, what is our other card here for group 1? What is the 3rd card for group 1? Oh, I am feeling, honestly, both of those for some reason. So here are our card options for you guys to think about a question that you guys want to ask. You can pause the video if you need some more time, but basically this is card 1, 2, and 3. And without further ado, let's just hop right into it. So if you guys chose card number 1 for your question, the answer to that is big happy changes. So whatever you're asking about is leading to somewhere very happy. Also, big happy changes. The word changes is really sticking out to me, because this can sometimes indicate that the outcome is a little bit different than what we're expecting, but it's for the better. Like, it's turning out better than what we've expected, and it's leading us to somewhere more than we currently are even asking for or even have in our minds as a possibility. It's reaching a a higher place than we can even expect. Okay, so also the changes is also, again, sticking out to me in another way. So there could be some sort of big shifts that are coming in 2022 for you guys, especially if you're asking about a big shift. This is something that's like, yes, the big shift is happening. But again, I think it's a little bit different than what you currently think it is. Like the outcome is a little bit different than how you picture it. It's not like super different, but it is definitely different than how you're expecting it. But it's going to be better. Like once you experience it, you're like, oh wow, yeah, no, this is way better. So glad that this happened. Although it might feel like a disappointment for a hot second, it's like turning out better than what you think. That's something I'm picking up there. Anyway, if you guys chose card number 2 for your question, your guys' answer is, ooh, there's something better. That plays off this one. So, ooh, okay. There's something better. So that plays off our first card and what I was picking up on the first card very well. So yeah, I do think that for you guys who chose card number 2, whatever outcome you're currently looking at, whatever question you currently are asking about, there's something better that's in store for you. And if you've been feeling resistance to whatever this thing is that you're asking about, there's some sort of resistance here, it's because there's a better option. There's something better for you. There's a different pathway that you don't currently see. It's not in your perception yet. You don't see what this pathway is, but there's a new pathway and it's going to be something better than what you currently perceive of. Okay, and then if you guys chose number 3, which is these 2 cards, oops, we have reconsider and don't stop. So don't stop chasing what it is that you want. But there's something that I think you need to replan or rethink about. It doesn't mean that you cannot get to your goal, but again, there's this theme here in all of these cards that the outcome you're seeking is going to be a little bit different than what you're currently hoping for, but it's for the better. Literally all these cards play off that same sort of idea. But yeah, so for you guys, number 3, don't stop your journey. The camera cut out. All right, guys, I have no idea when this camera cut out, but basically all of these cards have the same theme, and all these cards have this theme about be open to different options, like still keep chasing whatever goal it is that you have, still keep going to whatever goal it is that you have, but consider that there's a better outcome. And if you've been feeling resistance to something that it is that you're chasing after, if you've been feeling resistance, it's because there's a better option for you. And so you have to be open to different outcomes, although you're still going to reach your main goal, but it could have a different outcome. So be open to different paths and outcomes because there's a better one in store for you. And that's why you're feeling resistance to whatever it is that you're going towards right now, is because there's a better outcome, either with timing or with the particular thing that you're trying to manifest or go towards, or your particular goal. It might be slightly different than what you currently see it as. There's something slightly different about it. So reconsider the current path, but don't stop. You can still have your happy ending, but reconsider because it might be slightly different than what you currently think. So that is what we have here. All the cards were really similar. I'm not really sure where my camera cut out, but it did cut out. But all these cards had just honestly such a similar message. They were honestly playing off of each other so well. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading group number 1. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 2, if you guys chose this group, then this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. Guys, okay, group 2, you have a very interesting reading, to say the least. We have the 8 of Swords, the Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords, the Hangman, Knight of Swords, and then the 4 of Swords. So first off, tons of sword cards for one, which are all about the mind, your mentality, what you're thinking, ideas that you're getting, things like that, just thoughts, all sorts of stuff like that. But the interesting part of this reading, you guys, is the fact that you have the 8 of Swords, the Hangman, and the 4 of Swords, which are like the slowest cards in tarot because they're basically like stopped, they're stuck, they're feeling stuck. But then we also have the Knight of Swords here, which is the fastest moving card in tarot. We also have the Ace of Swords, which is like this burst of new idea and sort of like cutting yourself free, stuff like that. So just a very interesting sort of reading when we have these stuck cards and we have a random, like really fast, like the fastest moving card in tarot just like slapped in between all of this. So it kind of seems like there's this interesting energy. So for you guys, group 2, what is your love life like? Let's just put it that way, because it kind of seems like there's this feeling of like, I don't really care to focus on my love life, or even that we feel sort of stuck in love right now. So even if you have a love life going on, for some reason it feels stuck. It feels stagnant. It's not moving anywhere. This can be because we're either unsure of what we want, or we're stuck in a scenario that we are unsure what we should do about. And we feel stuck between a rock and a hard place in regards to our love life, because it's like, well, I can't really move forward, but I can't really stay here either, so I don't really know what to do. You know, it's one of those feelings. So yeah, but 2022 is really interesting because you guys will be breaking out of that. Okay, so there's something where you guys are maybe feeling stuck or unsure about, or we don't know what move to make next, or we just feel stagnant, or we're stuck between a rock and a hard place on some sort of situation. But I see in 2022, you guys are going to start to finally tap into your emotions a lot more, whereas beforehand, it's almost like we're not even wanting to look at that, or we're kind of maybe avoiding something, or again, we just feel stuck. But in 2022, it's like you guys have this emotional epiphany where I think that you guys will be getting very clear on something. There's something that you're gaining clarity on, and it's through allowing emotion in more. Once you allow your emotions to fully speak, which you will be doing in 2022, and I see this happening within the first like little while of 2022, like the first little bit, I think that you guys will be allowing your emotions to flow in more. And through doing this, through observing your emotions and feeling them, all of a sudden it's going to lead you to so much clarity on what it is that you actually desire to do and what you want and where to go, what kind of action to take. It's going to give you this whole epiphany. It's this enlightening moment of like, oh, that's how I get out of this scenario, and that's how I move forward, and that's how I, you know, get what I want. And maybe this is even finally deciding what it is that you really want, because maybe over here we're like confused. We don't know what we want. We don't know where to go. We feel very stagnant and very stuck. All of a sudden, as you let your emotions just speak, because I think you guys have been too stuck in your logical mind. I feel like for you guys, because we have so many swords here, you are very stuck in your logical mind about like, what should I do? What is proper? Let's look at the scenario from a logical place. But this scenario cannot be solved from logic. This scenario is one that requires your emotions to be able to understand and gain clarity on what you should be doing moving forward. And 2022 is that big epiphany of realizing like, oh, instead of listening to my mind all the time, I need to start listening to my heart. And right when you tap into that heart energy, baby, in the beginning of 2022, all of a sudden this light bulb goes off and it's like, oh, and Ace of Swords also symbolizes cutting something away. And it also symbolizes committing to something. So there's something, I think that you're going to be cutting away lots of the past, and you're also going to be cutting away this blindfold and whatever's been keeping you stuck. You're cutting away whatever it is that's been keeping you stuck for the past year or even longer. That is going to be literally cut away. But then the commitment side of it is this commitment to your heart, to what your heart wants, because there's going to be this epiphany about what your heart wants. There's a commitment to your heart and the cutting away of the barrier and the stuckness and the logical sort of like ideas that were coming up that kind of kept you stuck. Like, oh, I need to do this because of this, and oh, I feel stuck because my mind says that I need to do this, and like logically I need to do that, and da, da, da. No. 2022 is this realization of like, I need to listen to my heart and I need to take action from my heart. I think it's also going to lead you though, as you progress through 2022, like in your love life, I think that you guys are going to go through a huge perspective shift. The Hangman talks about a perspective shift So there's something here where in order for us to completely unstuck ourselves, we need to shift the way that we're currently thinking. The way that we're currently thinking is keeping us stuck. It's leading us towards stagnancy and the feeling like things aren't moving forward, and this feeling like I want something to happen, but I somehow can't get there, and I feel stuck in my current scenario. This is finally going to be moving forward, though, near mid to end of 2022. Not end of it, but like just after mid of 2022, things will start moving forward a lot for you. And I think that you guys are finally going to be taking action, and your mind is going to be leading you places that you actually do desire to go. And I think that there's going to be a lot more ideas, a lot more inspiration coming in, and a lot more direction, this clarity on direction. I also feel like you guys aren't quite ready to fully move completely forward though, but there will be finally movement happening in 2022, and like new emotional places being reached, and this like just new doorways are opening up, to say the least. New doorways are opening up, but I think that you're also somebody who's still kind of relaxed, or you're not, I don't know. It's very interesting. You guys have this energy where it's like you're in a rush, but you're also absolutely not in a rush. It's very like contradicting. And so you have like this very contradicting energy here where part of you is like, oh, yes, I would love to reach that. And I would love to do this. And I would love to do that. I would love to just dive right in. Then there's also a side of you that's like, oh, but I can wait. I don't mind waiting. I don't need to take action. So it's like this flip-flop energy. And I think that in 2022, there's also going to be a little bit more of a flip-flop energy in your guys' love life, where there's times that you're like totally like, yes, let's take action on it, let's do it. But then there's also times that you're like, nope, you don't need to do that at all. Nope. But I do think that there's going to be new communication coming in. The Knight of Swords, I really think that this is somebody and new communication coming in, and somebody who wants to take action or talk to you. This is like invitations coming in. Somebody that keeps reaching out to you. So I would not be surprised if there's also somebody that keeps reaching out to you that maybe you guys are kind of like on the fence about. And maybe that's why we have this like fast energy, but also slow energy, because it seems like you guys are more in this slow mindset, or it could be flip-flopped, but I feel like it's you guys that are in this sort of like paused waiting sort of mode where you're not in a rush, but there's somebody in your life, in your love life, that really, I think, wants to move things forward and really wants to get things going. And they don't care about waiting too much. But I do think there's going to be somebody in your life that is really wanting to move stuff forward. The other cards that we have here, we also have this full moon in Sagittarius card, see the bigger picture. So I think you guys are getting clarity on what it is that you really want. Full moon in Sagittarius. Okay, so what are we aiming towards? What's the goal? Right? So in 2022, I think that you guys are going to gain a lot more clarity on what it is that you actually want to aim for in your love life and the direction that you actually want to go in. Whereas before it was kind of like closed off, like I don't really care about that. But as you guys get really tapped into your emotional self, and as you guys begin to allow yourself to even feel your own heart, as you guys begin to allow yourself to do that and open up, the more that you begin to feel your heart, the more that you're going to have this new clarity and new desire and new commitment to what your heart wants, because your heart does want something in your love life, whether you guys realize it or not. You guys might be, too stuck in your mind to kind of see that right now or what have you, but your heart does desire something, that your heart is longing for something. And I think that you guys are finally going to be able to see that and actually aim for that in 2022. And I think you're going to be aiming for more than you realize. I think there's more here than you realize, and 2022 is about kind of like cracking you guys open a little bit. So group 2, you guys are getting cracked open in 2022. Your heart's getting cracked open, but in the best way possible. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's getting cracked open in a good way. It's like we're finally taking down the walls that have been blocking your heart, okay? And then we also have the last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. So maybe some of you guys are even stuck on something from the past, and 2022 is about breaking free of that, because the Ace of Swords, like I said in the beginning, is about cutting something away, something that's been keeping us stuck. So have we been stuck waiting for the past to fix itself? Have we been stuck waiting around for somebody that is just not pulling their weight or coming through with their promises? Have we been stuck waiting on somebody to fulfill their words for how long now? And are we finally going to let that go? Capricorn is like, they're very committed, they're very practical, but, there comes a time when we need to continue climbing the mountain, and whatever's been holding us back, we just need to kind of let go of so we can continue climbing the mountain. So 2022 is kind of realizing this and cutting away again. Look at this like blindfold and this stuff that's stopping her. 2022 is about cutting that away and setting yourself free. 2022 is the setting yourself free year, group 2. My goodness. And it's also interesting you guys chose group number 2 and we're going into 2022. There's lots of 2 energy here. And so I think there is this longing or desire for partnership deep down inside that maybe we haven't come to terms with in a long time. Maybe we haven't been tapping into our heart energy for a while because we've been more, like, I'm just going to protect myself, protection mode. Like 8 of Swords is definitely protection mode and telling yourself a certain story, but it's not really what your heart wants or is telling you. And it's, that deep down inside is kind of keeping you stuck. 2022 is breaking open, realizing that there is maybe a desire for partnership. You guys are group number 2 and we're going into 2022. There's a lot of 2 energy here, guys. So is there a desire for partnership? Is there a desire for something deeper? Is there a desire for something that really, truly actually does match you? And do we have belief systems that keep us stuck thinking that can't exist for us? Because now it's time to see the bigger picture. It's time to paint a bigger picture for yourself. Do you want something small? Do you want something, mediocre? Or do you want something great? 2022 is asking yourself that big question. Are we going to settle for mediocre? Are we going to settle for this? Or are we going to settle for more of this? We got to tap into our heart and find out. It's time to leave the past behind, see the bigger picture of what it is that you actually want, actually aim for that. Like Sagittarius almost reminds me of Cupid's arrow, like we're sending it out. So what do you want to be struck with? Deep love? Or are we aiming to stay here? What are we aiming for? Okay, so with that being said, group number 2, the next 2 cards that we have for you guys, we have a retrograde, which is review. Ooh, baby, that makes sense for you guys. So group 2, you guys are going to be reflecting on your past, reviewing where you've been, what has happened, what has gone on. So it's kind of like a walk down memory lane. I think you guys are going to kind of go through this walk down memory lane and sort of just kind of see where you guys have ended up. And there's this kind of realization like, hey, I want more than where I've ended up. Where I've ended up, I actually not fully satisfied with. I think I want more. So there's this desire for more now. And then, ooh, look, we have North Node of your future. Guys, this is like, this reading is, these oracle cards are just perfect for this reading. Oh my goodness. We got, like, Spirit was talking today. So North Node, future, you guys are going to be reviewing your past, walking down memory lane, and then finally asking yourself, what do you want in your future? What do you really want to aim for? You're going to be big picture thinking about like, hey, the future, do I want to stay doing the same cycle over and over again? What do I desire? Is it time to leave the past behind? Is it time to get out of my stagnancy? I think that there's this pull in you, this Knight of Swords pull in you that keeps coming out every once in a while, where there's like this desire to make spontaneous decisions and cut it all away and cut yourself loose. Like there's this desire of like, let's just cut it all away. But then there's also this like, let's just settle back into it. Let's just settle back into where we were. But 2022 is like the courage is coming out. The courage is coming out to actually tap into your heart. Walk back down memory lane, back to where you left your heart, back where you left it off. Find it again, pick it up, and bring it with you this time. And what do you want in your future? Okay, so with that being said, our next 2 cards, we also have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Well, that's interesting. So This could be you guys actually reconciling with yourself, because just as I was saying, you're going back to like kind of pick up your heart again. But there could also be something where we're kind of dealing with our past, and maybe we constantly have somebody from our past that's coming back in, but it's keeping us kind of stuck in the same old. And then we also have leave the past behind. So I think that maybe somebody from your past, maybe there's been this pattern going on with somebody, and there's going to be a big question coming up of like, do I let this continue or do I not? Is it time to actually be free and really think about my future? We also have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. I think that this is you getting to know yourself a little bit better and bonding with yourself. Because when I look at the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Swords, I see this as you guys having an internal epiphany, getting to know yourself and your mentality deeper, getting to know your own patterns deeper, reviewing yourself and your past choices so that you can actually make the changes necessary to get to the future that you want. Because if we keep making the same choices, like just as Einstein says, it's insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. So how often are we going to stay in this pattern? How much longer do we want to stay in this pattern before we make a new decision and a new choice to actually go down a different road? I think you guys are going to be doing a lot of reflection, a lot of self-reflection, and finding out what it is that you want in your future, and then actually taking the actions necessary that are equal to that outcome. All right, so with that being said, let's get into our next few cards here. So group 2, what else do we have going on here for group 2? We have initiation. That one came up for the last group too. So fire element. So there's going to be a strong burning desire for you guys to begin something. And the Ace of Swords is all about a beginning as well. So there's going to be this new epiphany, a new idea, a new spark that comes in, that I think you guys are just going to want to take initiation on something new. And this can be an initiation of letting the past go. This can be an initiation of beginning a new path to a new future. We also have intuition. So I think you guys know deep down inside exactly what you're supposed to do. You already know. Like, you don't even need to be listening to this reading right now. I feel like you guys already know. But here's just the confirmation again. We also have the water element here, and we got some aquamarine sticking out. So the water element, this is all about getting in touch with your emotions again, your intuition. Your intuition is deep in your heart, but if we have our emotions locked down, our intuition is very clouded. So if you guys want to have clarity, your gut and your intuition is what gives you clarity into your future. But you need to tap into your heart and your emotions in order to even tap into your intuition. Otherwise, it's clouded by the logical mind, where the logical mind doesn't see intuitive direction. It doesn't understand that. So I think for you guys, 2022 is about opening up your emotions again, feeling your own intuition again, getting in tune with your own soul again. And then a new initiation, a new start, a new spark is literally going to go off once you tap into that. New inspiration is coming in. We also have expression here. So I think that you guys are also going to be like finally opening up about your heart, allowing your heart to express. I'm seeing allowing your heart to express. The initiation of allowing your heart to come out rather than the more cold, stagnant, direct, sword, air-like energy. Air-like energy kind of dances around things. It's very flowy, but as you tap more into your heart and you get more intuition, there's more guidance, there's more flow. The air exists everywhere. It's everywhere, right? And so the mind can be everywhere. But if we want to get back into the flow of the direction of how to get somewhere, we have to tap into the water, the emotion. It'll lead you where you need to go. Let's see what else we get for you guys for 2022, group number 2. We have spirit, getting back in touch with your spirit. Look at the direction. Look at, she's pointing her finger and she's very sure about the direction. It's like taking her in a direction. Spirit's taking her in a direction. Her spirit is leading her somewhere. So this is you guys getting back in touch with your spirit, and that is going to be leading you where you desire to go. And all of a sudden desires will become clear to you. What you actually truly desire will become very clear to you. You're not as stuck as you think you are. Once you tap into your heart, you'll realize how free you are. Okay, so let's see what else we have for you guys. Group 2. We also have communication. Of course, that one is coming up. The expression, the communication. It is time for you guys to really talk about your deeper feelings and also just open up the communication to yourself, to your own heart again. What else is happening in 2022 for my lovely group 2s? Romance, baby. Romance opening up, and then self-doubt. So is there self-doubt around romance for you guys? Is there self-doubt around your love life? Is there doubt that you can actually attain what it is that you desire, or if it actually even exists? I think you guys are going to be breaking free of a lot of that. Because see how she was like, in the mirror it shows this toxicity, but yet she's holding this beautiful glass. So for you guys, I think that this is showing the illusion of what's been mirrored back to you. What's being mirrored back to you is your beliefs, but the ultimate potential exists. We just need to be in alignment with that, and that will be what begins to reflect back to us in the mirror. We also have romance here. So yeah, I think that you guys are going to be opening up your heart to where there is a desire for connection. There is a desire for something deep. There is a desire for something in the bigger picture that you guys are wanting. Okay. So, with that being said, I'm going to restart my camera really quick. If I don't do that, it always cuts out, so I just restarted it. And then we're going to get some cards here for you guys. So let's see, group 2, 2022. We have the Royal You, finally realizing your self-worth. Your self-worth, my loves, group 2. So stepping into this self-appreciation, this self-love, knowing what you deserve and that you deserve anything that you desire. Fully stepping into that and fully stepping into like the ultimate potential can be available for you too. You can have anything that you desire, okay? So it's time to have that be reflected back to you. So 2022 is about you guys getting into a new mindset to where your universe will reflect back to you romance. It will reassure and reaffirm your ultimate self-worth, which is that you are as worthy as anybody on this planet, and we all have equal worth that is just invaluable, okay? And yeah, 2022 is just really opening you guys up to that. So yeah, with that being said, there's also a new beginning here because we also have the number 1 on this card. Or is that a 6 beside it? Yeah, it's a 6 actually. I thought that was a 10. This is a 16. So that's a number 7 actually. So this is a lot of spiritual growth, a lot of learning, a lot of internal reflection, becoming a master at this lesson. 7s are becoming masters at this lesson. So with that being said, we're going to have a pick a card within a pick a card here. We've been doing this lately. So essentially you guys will get to ask any question you desire about your love life in 2022. Just think about any question that you want to ask. And basically I'm going to be laying down 3 different cards here. And then you guys will pause the video and think about which card you're the most drawn to. And then we will be reading the cards to answer your questions. So let's see what cards we want. I am feeling for card 1, we're going to do this card. For card 2, we're going to do that one, but I also feel like that one for card 2 as well. And then card number 3 for you guys. Let's do this one. All right, so think about the question that you guys desire to ask. And again, you can pause the video if you need more time. This is group 1, 2, and 3. So take a moment and find the group that you're the most drawn to for your particular question. And let's just get right into it. So if you guys chose card 1, the answer to your question is take action. So this is calling you to do something. Okay, and taking action doesn't mean doing the same thing you've always done. Taking action means take new action. We need to actually fully commit to something. We need to take action. We need to do something. We need to dedicate ourselves to something, okay? And when we take action in a certain direction, let's dedicate ourselves to that particular action. And let's see where that goes. Where does that lead us? But this is really about taking action, taking initiative, and really committing yourselves to a particular direction. That's some Sagittarius energy right there. It's about aiming for something and going for it. So take action, my love. Group number 1, it's time for you to initiate, and it is time for you to do. It is not time for you to wait for a sign. It is not time for you to wait for the right time. It is not time for you guys to wait for something else to happen. This is time to move. This is time to do, okay? It's time to do. If you guys chose number 2, your answer is if you believe and there's something better, okay? So I think you guys can get to your goal. This is so funny because this is really similar to what we had in group 1, not this group 1, but like the actual, in this whole video, group number 1 had this sort of energy going on. But so for you guys, the if you believe card signifies that the outcome you desire can be yours. If you believe that it is possible, but there's something here blocking you in your belief system. So there needs to be a rearrangement in your mind about what you believe is possible and what you believe is possible for you. Because there's something sort of blocking that. There's something limiting that right now, limiting that in your mind. And whenever we limit something in our minds, we limit it in our reality. Okay? And then the fact that we have the there's something better card here, this is signifying that the outcome that you're currently going towards, there's something better. So this is a card that reminds us to keep our minds open because there's a better outcome than what we're currently going after. What you currently see available to you is not what's really meant for you. There's something better for you. So it's kind of like keep your mind open. Keep an open mind because whatever you're currently chasing after isn't fully meant for you. There's something better out there that's for you. We're not supposed to keep going down the same path, okay? So if you notice resistance with something, if you notice that something just doesn't seem to work out no matter how hard you try, it's because that thing wasn't meant for you. There's something better for you. But we just don't currently see it yet because we haven't currently experienced it yet. That's why we don't perceive of it. Okay, so with that being said, card number 3, if you guys chose this one says let go. So it's time for you guys to move on. It's time for you guys to let go of something. And sometimes this also just means letting go of our manifestation so that it can actually be free and come back to us. So if you guys don't know what that means, look up The Art of Allowing by Esther and Jerry Hicks, which is like Abraham Hicks. Look up The Art of Allowing. Because that is the proper way to let go of a manifestation so that you actually receive it. But yeah, there's something that you guys either need to cut out of your life to let go and to also just trust. Trust that you're being led in the right direction and trust that your happy ending does exist, but letting go of the current like limitations that you have or the current outcomes that you keep seeing right now. So with that being said, that is what we have here for you guys, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! All right, so group number 3, if you guys chose this one, this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 3. Oh my goodness, we're already on group number 3. Look at us moving forward. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands. We have the 3 of Pentacles, King of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Empress right here. So a lot of like people energy going on. Right off the bat, when I looked at this pile, I felt like most of you guys that chose this one are already in a relationship, but again, it doesn't have to be that way. I just kind of like picked up on that feeling like most of you who would choose this pile would already be in a relationship, but if not, this can still be relevant regardless. But what I'm seeing for you guys, the Queen of Pentacles, since we start off with the Queen of Pentacles, this year in your love life, I see just a lot of surety in what it is that you desire and what you want. And the Queen of Pentacles is also somebody who's very good at taking care of herself and taking care of other business and taking care of other people and like just getting stuff done that needs to get done. She's really good at that. So I almost see you guys just being on top of things. But there's also a busy energy as well. And I say that because the next card that comes here is the Five of Wands. And this can be when either we're having a little bit of like, not conflict, but like discussions that we're needing to work out because maybe our partner and us want something a little bit different and we're trying to like compromise on something. So I think that there's certain things that will require compromise or working some kinks out, essentially, when it comes to certain plans that you have. The Three of Pentacles is when we're planning on something, when we have a vision and we're talking about that vision. But maybe there's a few kinks that we're needing to work out in the process. There's something here that maybe there's some obstacles that we're needing to get over, some hurdles that we're needing to get over, but it all kind of looks like it's surrounded by inspiration and like a good energy. The fact that we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles on either side of this, it kind of just seems like there's a really good energy here and that these kinks are going to work out just fine and easy, but it's maybe that we need to get used to something, or maybe there's big decisions that we need to make and, you know, we're needing to kind of compromise or work things out with our partner, for example, in 2022, because there's just big plans underway. Whenever I see the Three of Pentacles, it just makes me think of big plans are under the way. So yeah, I'm definitely getting some big plan energy or this desire for, you know, thinking about the future, getting some big plans figured out. The Five of Wands can sometimes symbolize like the mixing of two different people. It can sometimes indicate two different cultures or two different value systems or two different belief systems that we're needing to like work out, or two different desire systems. Like maybe our partner wants something a little bit different than what we want. And maybe, for example, if we're like buying or building a house together and they want like something totally different, we're gonna need to work it out. So even though it's like good in the big picture, because we're like, oh my God, we're making such big progress, we're doing something so big in life that we both really want, it's like, well, it does come with a little bit of its own hurdles and challenges because we're needing to like work out the kinks and kind of get on the same page as somebody. So I'm seeing that within your guys' love life, but it's all surrounded by like, again, just an overarching good energy. I also see you guys just really discovering what it is that you desire and what it is that you want. And I picture a lot of those things really manifesting for you guys. I think that there's a really big goal that you guys are wanting to reach in your life in 2022, and you guys are actually reaching it. And it just seems like there's a lot of good support. And I feel like most of you guys who chose this pile are already in a relationship. I just keep feeling that. And I just keep feeling like, oh, like you and your partner are making big progress and doing big things together. The Empress can sometimes symbolize that we're getting pregnant, or it can symbolize that we have a really big idea and goal that we want to reach, and we're actually reaching it. It is in the oven, it is baking, and it is in the making. So whatever this big goal is brewing. And in terms of your love life, I honestly just see reaching a big goal together. If you guys are single though, I would say that it looks like your love life is not going to be a lonely one. 2022 is not going to be lonely for you. It looks like it is full of socialization, people, fun events, things going on. Like you guys are not having a lonely time, that's for sure. All of you guys who chose this, whether you're single or in a relationship, it's not lonely. 2022 feels like it's surrounded by good people, good energy. There are some hurdles to kind of like work out certain kinks that you have in order to kind of like reach the goals that you desire. But I see you guys really reaching them and overall having a very social, fun time. And I think that you guys are going to be feeling in your power, because I think that you guys are kind of in a really good state in the year of 2022 to where you feel very proud of yourself, proud of your progress, proud of where you've come to, and proud of what you're currently creating for yourself. I see an overall just really proud energy overarching in 2022. Yeah, and you guys are just like making, there's news coming in. There's definitely news coming in. Queen of Swords with the Empress. There is some news coming in. Good news, by the way. that is good news. But the swords are always sort of like messages coming in, especially when it's the court cards. It symbolizes messages or new ideas that we even have. So this could be a new idea that you even have. This could be you guys having big news to talk about at the end of the year. So there's some sort of big news to talk about by the end of the year, or somebody's bearing good news at the end of the year. So definitely look out for that. It could be somebody immediately close to you that is having like really good news to share at the end of the year, or again, it could be yourself. Maybe you have a really big thing up your sleeve that you're excited to share with people by the end of the year. And again, this could be like a pregnancy, or it could be like a new big milestone that you reach, or something that you guys have been working on. And somehow it is related to your love life, okay? But it's good news. This can also be an engagement. Sometimes the Empress can signify engagement, especially when we're in a general reading. But yeah, there is big news to share by the end of 2022, to say the least. Or it could even be the fact that we have a relationship and we're finally introducing them to our family, you know, anything along the lines of this. But there is big news to share by the end of the year. So 2022, that is looking good for you guys. So we also have the first quarter moon in Cancer. So push through any insecurity. Yeah, you guys are definitely pushing through whatever obstacles are going on over here, or whatever sort of maybe differences that we're working through with somebody or within ourselves, you know? So we are building, the first quarter moon is always when you're like building something, and yeah, you're building. When it's in Cancer, this is building something emotionally. So something that we are desiring, like our heart, we're building our heart more. We're reaching some big goals that our heart has been longing for, and we're finally building them and seeing them come to fruition in 2022. We also have another Cancer card. That's super interesting. We have two Cancer cards. I didn't even notice that till just now. Last quarter moon in Cancer. That's interesting. So we have the first quarter and the last quarter. You guys are reaching a big goal. The fact that we have the first quarter, you guys are starting something. So in 2022, the way that you start off the year, there's this idea, there's a big goal that you guys want to reach in your life. That is manifesting and coming to fruition in 2022, because we have the last quarter. It's going to be just finally like wrapping up and coming to fruition by the end of 2022. Wow. So you're pushing through, just telling yourself like, I got this, it's going to happen, I'm going to make it. Bam, you made it. Whatever goal this is, the Empress signifies you guys reaching a big goal too, and it's finally brewing, and we did it, we finally created it, and we're in the process of, you know, wrapping up the whole thing. But yeah, you guys are reaching a big goal. There's some sort of like either engagement, pregnancy, big news of some kind, building a house together, like whatever the case may be. There's some sort of big news here by the end of the year that you guys are reaching. And you guys are thinking about it in the beginning of the year. You guys are thinking about it. You know, the first quarter moon, your emotions are kind of pulling you in a certain direction. That is literally coming. I just cannot get over this right now. I'm sorry. I'm on like repeat mode right now. I'm like repeating myself so much, but it's because like, I just cannot believe the synchronicity here. But yeah, you guys are definitely reaching a big goal. My goodness. So with that being said, let's get into our next two cards. Also, wow, oh my God, the brightness here got really bright. I'm gonna turn that down so I'm not blinding you guys here, my goodness. Okay, so the next two, we have Ascendant, which is the entrance. You guys are, what can I say? The Oracle cards do not lie. So there is, yeah, you guys are entering a new doorway in 2022. You're, for one, ascending to a new level. The ascendant is like what's rising, what's on the horizon, what we can see finally brewing and coming to fruition. It is on the horizon, it's literally rising. We're walking through the door, the entrance of a new world. Then we have Aries of Acts. So you guys are taking action, and Aries is also the entrance. It's the first zodiac sign, so it's the beginning of something. So there's the beginning of something happening in 2022, you guys, and you're reaching the completion of it by the end of 2022. Wow. This is so exciting, you guys. My goodness. Okay. Ooh, you guys. My goodness. Look at our next two cards. We have the card of deception in children. So I don't want you guys to think that the deception card is bad. It's not always bad. The fact that we have children, though, there could definitely be a pregnancy announcement by the end of the year. I'm just saying whether that be from you or from somebody very close to you. But we have children, which, I don't know, you guys. I'm just seeing that that's very connected. There could be babies in the picture, or maybe big talks about kids in the future, for example. Evening out some kinks with you and your partner, trying to figure out when is the best time. But deception here, this can mean a surprise pregnancy. So deception doesn't mean like somebody's deceiving you or anything like that, but this can mean a surprise pregnancy, something we don't see coming, something you do not see coming. There is a surprise happening. Deception can also mean that somebody's planning a big surprise for you. You don't see it. But I do see this card as a very good card because we don't have any cards here that are talking about a negative situation. So I see this deception being as more of a surprise. So someone's wearing a false mask. So somebody might be putting up a front, like, for example, a family member might be hiding a pregnancy for a while, and you're like, why aren't you drinking at a party? Like, you always usually have wine. Why aren't you having wine? There's something, and they're like, no, it's just, I just quit drinking wine. You know, it's like, it's a lie, but it's a lie because, you know, we're waiting for the big announcement or something, you know. Also, I'm so sorry. Look at this huge blowout we're getting. This is crazy. Hold on, the sun is just coming right through today. But yeah, so I see the deception as some sort of surprise. Somebody's going to surprise you, and somebody might be sort of, I don't know, like white lying about certain things because they're holding back a deeper surprise, essentially. Or again, it could be a surprise pregnancy, so it doesn't even have to be somebody holding something back, but it could be like, surprise, pregnant, for example. You know, it doesn't mean that all of you guys watching this are going to get pregnant, but there's something here around, I think somebody in your immediate circle will be announcing something big. Most likely it will be yourself going through something big, but again, it also could be somebody within your family. So with that being said, let's go ahead and shuffle our next few cards here for you guys, a group 3. Let's see what else we got going on for you guys. Group 3. Intuition and direction. So listen to your intuition, baby. That is leading you somewhere. Also, you might get little intuitive feelings like something's about to happen. Like there's something that's about to shift or change. There's a big new thing coming. And I think that you guys are feeling it and preparing for it because Queen of Pentacles, like she's very mothering. And so you might even have mothering instincts coming out, or you might have like certain other instincts coming out depending on whatever this surprise is, right? But you might have certain intuitions that are just like coming through. And we also have the card here of direction. So I think that you guys are also shifting. You're making some big shifts in your direction. And your direction might just be automatically shifting. Of course, like if it's a surprise pregnancy, your direction is obviously going to be shifting quite a bit in 2022. But like, yeah, it's just different things, shifts, surprises, new callings like that are just leading you somewhere, different feelings. Like I had a gut feeling like this was going to happen, or, you know, this underlying feeling of something. So yeah, you're not wrong if you've been feeling like 2022 is going to be a big year for you guys, or if there's something that's going to happen, like you guys are not wrong about that, to say the least. So with that being said, let's go into our next few cards here. Let's see what else is going on for group 3 in 2022. All right, let's see what we got here. We have change. I mean, the cycles of change. I'm not even surprised that that's coming up for you guys, group 3. Yeah, there's the winds of change are coming in for you guys, to say the least, but I think we already got that pretty solidly clear. But yeah, we also have power. So this is a surge of power, a surge of energy. There's going to be some sort of surge of energy, and this is going to be some sort of surprise. Like, look at how this is just exploding on this card. There's going to be some sort of surprise. We also have the card here of move on. So the winds of change, look at, she's literally blowing like the winds of change for this wheel. So there's something that we are leaving behind in our life, and a big chapter that's closing and a big chapter that's opening. Ooh la la. We also have freedom and make. So you guys are in the process of creating something, that's for sure. This could be building a house. This could be making a baby. This could be making plans for something big. Plans to open up your future more. Plans for big change. There's a lot of pathways and doorways opening up for you guys, group 3. And you guys are also divinely protected. You guys chose the Black Tourmaline group, and Black Tourmaline is all about protection. So you are divinely protected through this whole endeavor. Okay, so let's get some more cards here. Also, let's time this. Okay, cool. We still have enough time. I always have to check my camera because my camera likes to like cut out at a certain time, and I always have to restart it. So we have take a deep breath, or it just says a deep breath. And we also have sacred reverence. Ooh, we got the key to the heart right here. So yeah, you guys are going to be finding a lot more peace and serenity for one. And I also think whenever we take a deep breath, it's because something is happening. Also, I'm sorry, now it's like really dark. The sun is moving through clouds right now, and it's really hard to predict how the sun's gonna shift while I'm looking at these cards. I'm like really focused on these. But anyway, whenever we take a deep breath, it's because we're kind of preparing for something, or something big is happening, or yeah, it's just like we're needing to kind of calm ourselves, or calm our nerves, calm our excitement, you know? So yeah, I definitely see something big happening, a deep breath. I also think that you guys are going to, reach like a new mental state as well, like something of bliss. There's something blissful about this. We also have sacred reverence. Yeah, you guys are really unlocking something new, unlocking a new doorway. There's a doorway fully opening, and it's opening up the world more too. So there might even be travel involved in 2022 for you guys. And also just reaching a new level of peace and harmony, and unlocking a new space in your heart that you've never really experienced before. Unlocking a new experience. The world also offers experience. This is unlocking a new experience that you've never experienced before. So with that being said, we're going to go into the last little part of this reading, which is essentially going to be a pick a card within a pick a card. So I'm going to be shuffling these cards right here, and you guys get to pick any question. Think about a question you want to ask about your love life in 2022. I'm going to be laying down 3 different cards that you guys will be able to choose from. And yeah, I feel like this should be card 1. This should be card 2. You guys can also pause the video if you need more time to pick these certain cards. Oh wow, yes, just came up for you guys that really wanted to come through. But let's see, okay, our 3rd card here. So the 3rd card for you guys. Maybe the 3rd card was just supposed to be the S card. Also, I'm going to laugh so hard if this ends up being the S card. But anyway, take a moment, pause the video if you need to find the card that you're the most drawn to for your question. And without further ado, let's just hop right into it. So if you guys chose card number 1 to answer your question, the answer to your question is take action. So now's the time to just start. We're not going to be waiting for a sign. We're not going to be waiting for the right time or anything. This is time to just take action. And this is also the answer of, if you're wondering if something is going to happen this year, it's like, yes, it's time for it to happen. And it's in the works. It's in the works, but also it is telling you that you need to take some sort of action towards this as well. We're needing to kind of set our sights on something and move in that direction. So yes. Card number 2, if you guys chose this one, the answer to your question is if you believe. So yes, I mean, if you're resonating with it, if you are feeling it, if it feels like it's right for you, if it feels like it's meant for you. By the way, anything that you're ever inspired by is something that is meant for you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the inspiration. You are meant to explore it. Otherwise, your soul would never have the inspiration. So if you desire something, that means it resonates with you, which means you should believe that it can happen for you and will happen for you because it's meant for you. So yeah. Or at least there's some sort of lesson in there, or it's like a stepping stone to something, right? So it could be a stepping stone to something as well. So with that being said, card number 3, if you guys chose this one, the answer to your question, What did I say? Oh, right when this card came out, I was like, I swear to God, if that is the same yes card that we got earlier, that was trying to come out for like card 3. I just cannot believe it. The cards, I swear, they just, when they want to say something, they say it. So for you guys, the answer to your question is yes. And if you weren't asking like a yes or no question, this just means that your goal is being reached. Whatever your outcome that you desire is, it's like, yes. Yes, this is happening, you guys. Oh my God, this is like giving me the goosebumps right now. Whew, group 3. What a powerful 2022 you guys are about to have. My goodness. Huge change, huge amazing things happening. Of course, we're needing to work through a couple different kinks and different things, getting used to something new, right? And kind of like getting on the same page as somebody. But dang, are there ever some good stuff happening? And there is a surprise coming in. Either you guys have a big surprise under your sleeves, or it's like somebody that you know has a big surprise under their sleeves. So I hope you guys have an amazing 2022. And with that being said, that concludes the end of this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Alrighty, so group number 4, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 4, here's what we got for you guys. We have the 6 of Swords, the Page of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, and the Fool. So we have 2 6s here. 6s are harmony, so getting into more harmony, getting into more balance. 6s are also about family. This could be you guys like moving towards, you know, making your own family. This could just be like just harmonizing in all that areas. Something here to deal with that as well. But anyway, one of the things that I'm noticing is the fact that we start off with the 6 of Swords. So starting off 2022, you guys are going to be sort of leaving behind something and going somewhere. The 6 of Swords is always bittersweet. We're leaving behind something that we loved, but we're also headed into a better direction, a better place. So even though you're like leaving behind something that you're either really attached to or that you love so much, you're also now giving it up for something even better. So this can mean that your love life is ascending to a new level. And even though we're having to like let go of our old life or our old self, it's like we're excited to do so. We're excited to do this. So there's something here that's happening in the beginning of 2022. Like maybe you guys are moving, maybe you guys are letting go of an ex, but it's because of a new relationship. So you're like excited to do so. Whatever the case may be, whatever it is. But the 6 of Swords is always like we're moving to a better state. We're moving to a better place. And we're excited about it. I'm also seeing you guys being able to let down your guard some more, because the Page of Swords is somebody who is maybe like cautious or maybe like has their guard up a little bit. They're also humorous, they're intellectual. So I really see you guys just opening up your mind more, but also being able to like let down your defenses a little bit and be able to receive more in your love life with the 6 of Pentacles here. So I see you guys being able to open up and let loose some more and reach a new level. I almost see you guys reaching a new level if you guys are in a relationship, reaching a new level with this person and being able to kind of let go of any rough patches, being able to let go of being scared of a rough patch, being scared that something bad is going to happen, and just opening yourself up so much more to somebody. If you guys are single, I see you guys being able to just open up and allow yourself to move forward and begin to open up to the idea of love. I just see a major theme of letting down your guard in 2022. Starting to open up fully, starting to allow yourself to receive from others, to really start to receive, to really start to allow love in a way that you haven't done in maybe a long time or maybe ever. Okay, it is also next to the 8 of Wands. So there's a lot of energy moving forward here, pushing you forward, pushing you into a new place, pushing you into a new fresh start. We also have the Fool here. So there is some sort of new beginning happening for you guys in 2022 where I think you guys will just be like required to open up more and also required to step into a new life, a new world, a new opportunity, new energy flowing in, basically. So I think there's going to be a lot of shifts in your love life, but it's because it's moving forward. It's moving forward, and it's a seamless moving forward. It isn't just like a spontaneous, like, oh, we're moving forward today. I see this as more of like a seamless like flow where you guys are beginning to open up more, and that means the doorway of entering into loving bliss is also opening up more. It's like as you guys begin to open yourselves up more, as you guys begin to let down your guard, that door begins to open up more and more, and you begin to walk through it more and more. So I see just progression. The word that I keep getting is progression in your love life for you guys, group 4. So progression, and I also see some sort of new beginnings. This could be moving somewhere for somebody. This can mean leaving behind something in a good way, and somehow it's connected to your love life, and moving to a really good space. The Fool and the Eight of Wands and also the Six of Swords can all indicate travel. And so there could be some spontaneous travel happening with a loved one in 2022 for you guys who chose this pile. That could be a possibility. Or this can also just be a fresh, spontaneous new start, or a new start with your loved one, or just like opening up a new chapter. Yeah, oh my God, that's actually, that word rang in my head when I said that. You guys will be opening up a new chapter in your love life in 2022. There's a new chapter opening. We're closing the old chapter. This Six of Swords, it is closing an old chapter. The Fool is opening up a brand new chapter, one that we have not walked down before, one that we're also excited to walk down. We are being guided in this direction. We are taking a chance. We are stepping into something. We're like, I'm going to take a chance on this. I'm going to take a chance on myself. I'm going to take a chance on my desires. I'm just going to step into it with an open mind, and let's just see what happens. Let's see where it goes. So there's a little bit of that energy here as well. The Eight of Wands is one of the fastest moving cards in the tarot. So this is also something is happening quickly. But I also just see this as progression at the same time. So like I said, I don't see anything too crazy spontaneous. I see this as like something that we have been progressively moving towards, but then it spontaneously does happen. There's a spontaneous like movement of like, yep, it's happening. And this again could be travel, it could be moving, it could be a new opportunity, it could be whatever, right? But the Eight of Wands symbolizes, for one, communication. So communication is moving forward. We're getting to a new level communicatively. We're also getting to a new level with our direction, because the Eight of Wands is also our direction. So there's a new direction coming in. The winds of change are coming in for you guys, and it's taking you to a new chapter in your love life, okay? So with that being said, let's go into our next two cards that we have for you guys. We also have the first quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. So Pisces is what we daydream about. Honor your feelings. What have you been daydreaming about? It's time to move closer towards whatever you've been fantasizing about, and honor your feelings by actually taking action to go towards that. And I see that that is what is going to be happening in 2022, is taking action towards what you've been fantasizing about and daydreaming about. So yes, that's a very good card. And then we also have the full moon in Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. So whatever's been holding you back, and also whatever you've had your guard up about, your defenses up. 2022 is about letting that dissolve and letting more in, allowing yourself to receive fully without having your guard up so tight. So yeah, let your fears dissolve. I also see you guys opening up to becoming a little bit more humorous, a little bit more funny, and a little bit more open mentally with whatever it is that you guys think about, whatever it is that goes on in your mind. I see you guys just opening up about that more, and being able to receive assistance and help and guidance from others, especially in your love life, being able to just be yourself more and be more comfortable being you. And then I also just see like a new you kind of birthing out because of this new chapter that's opening. So yeah. Also lots of connection to your emotions, because we have Pisces and Cancer, which are both water signs here. So I see you guys going through a new emotional journey. And your feelings kind of opening up to a deeper level, you guys kind of opening up to a deeper level, and no longer restricting yourself because of fear. It's finally time to move forward regardless of that and push past that into this new chapter. So with that being said, the next two cards that we have the first house, which is arrival, which is the first house is ruled by Aries, okay? And the first house is all about opening up that new chapter. It is coming into a new cycle. So you guys will be opening up a new chapter in your love life. There is a new chapter opening up in 2022 for you guys. And the fact that this says arrival, there's something that you guys have maybe been hoping for or trying to move towards that you're finally going to be arriving at. And the Six of Swords is kind of like an arrival. The Eight of Wands is kind of like the direction, like we're moving in that direction. This is sort of like moving in that direction. And the Fool, this opening up this new chapter, is sort of that arrival. So you guys are somehow getting to this new place, this new opening that you guys have been progressing towards for a little bit now. We also have trine sextile, which is symbiosis. So being on the same page as somebody, feeling like things are just working out for you, feeling like things are in the perfect timing, feeling like somehow it's just like perfectly planned out, like it was meant to be. And that it's easy. Sextiles and trines and sextiles are very easy, and they're very strong too. So somehow this new change, this new movement is going to feel very strong, very meant to be, and also somehow very easy. It's like an easy transition. And yeah, Six of Swords is a transition. You guys are transitioning into a new chapter, and it is a little bit bittersweet, but at the same time, it's like very exciting, and we're very happy about it because these two cards, we're stoked about it. And we feel like we're receiving more too. We feel like we are not needing to do as much. We don't have as much weight on our shoulders. Finally, things are being shared. They're being equalized. There's a give and a take. Okay? And it's gonna, yeah, symbiosis. I almost see some of you guys like moving in with somebody. Just because we have the symbiosis, and this is kind of like a symbiosis, so it's kind of like getting used to somebody, or maybe you guys are getting into a new relationship, for example, and we are learning how to give and take and give and receive, and maybe we've been single for a while, so we're learning how to symbiosis again, you know? But yeah, I do see you guys like reaching a new level here, a new chapter, and making a strong connection, like opening up more, strengthening a connection, and allowing yourself to just receive more and open up more and go into this new chapter. So with that being said, the next two cards that we have for you guys, group 4, we have playfulness. So to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So I see you guys definitely having a lot more fun. The fact that we have the Fool and the Eight of Wands, you guys are definitely leaving behind your defensiveness and hopping into fun and freedom. Both of these two cards are fun and freedom and playfulness. So that fits in with you guys really well. I think that you guys in your love life are absolutely letting down this serious kind of guard, this guard over your heart, and moving into more humor, more fun, more excitement, more activity, more spontaneity, more freedom. Like I see these two cards also as freedom and a new direction. Okay, ooh, and then look what we have behind here. We have this situation involves marriage. So we have the wedding card. Whenever we have this card coming up, this can also just mean like a new level of commitment, or that we are desiring marriage, or that again, we're kind of like maybe moving in that direction. Okay, so it doesn't actually have to mean like you're absolutely getting married this year, although some of you guys who chose this pile, this could be absolutely relevant to that. So depending on where you guys are at in your relationships or in your love life, this could be totally relevant to the fact that maybe some of you guys are getting engaged or married this year, and maybe that's what this new chapter is, and maybe we're leaving behind our old chapter and we're getting married. We're so excited about it, but also bittersweet because it's like, oh my God, like my life will never be the same again, you know, even though it's like such a good thing at the same time. So this could totally be a marriage for some of you guys, or it could be, again, a new level of commitment. So maybe we're committing to somebody. Maybe we are reaching a new level of commitment together. So maybe we already have somebody, and maybe we're reaching some sort of new level of commitment, right? So, group 4, this is exciting. It's also interesting that you guys chose group number 4, because 4 is all about foundations, new solid foundations, building something that lasts. And that's quite fitting considering the cards that we have coming out for you guys. So, ooh la la, group 4, look at you. This looks like a pretty exciting 2022. That rhymed. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take out our next deck of cards here and let's see what else we get for you guys. So group 4, 2022. We have discipline. Okay, which is Saturn. Saturn is also commitment, by the way. So disciplining yourself into commitment, which doesn't have to be a discipline, right? But it is like a Saturnian sort of like commitment energy. But also with discipline, I see you guys honestly letting go of the way that, because I think you guys used to discipline yourselves a lot. You used to keep yourselves on guard a lot and discipline yourselves for your mistakes and discipline others for their mistakes. But I see you guys just honestly opening up to so much more like fun, lighthearted energy in 2022. We also have introspection. So I think that you guys are going to be doing a lot of introspection, breaking down walls and barriers that you've had and opening up to this fun sort of energy rather than so serious and so many walls and like we have to, you know, I need to have my guard up, I can't show my heart too much and da 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 da. It's like, no, we're going to open up fully, okay? We also have the card here of alignment. So you guys are getting into alignment with whatever it is that you desire. Alignment is like we're on the right path and we're literally on the path. We are on the freaking path. So I think that you guys are aligning to a new chapter. The fact that we also had so many cards here that resemble alignment to a new chapter, and then we also have the alignment card. You guys are definitely getting onto a new path. Also, this is the Herkimer diamond, and I'm just realizing it says diamond on it, and that can be engagement. So I'm just saying, and also diamonds can also just resemble commitment, right? So there's some sort of like deeper commitment. And then Saturn is also commitment. Very interesting, you guys. Very, very interesting. Lots of cards here that resemble like commitment to this new path. So that all looks very exciting. With that being said, let's move on to our next deck of cards here. Let's see what else we get for you guys. So group 4, your love life in 2022, group 4. We have light. Ooh, the light is going off, baby. This is you guys stepping into your light. So allowing yourself to be fully authentic, for one, is what light is about. No longer having shadow aspects. So revealing the fullness of yourself to somebody and also seeing the fullness of somebody else as well. Allowing them to be in their full light by you also being in your full light, because then we allow each other to shine, right? So you guys stepping into that full authenticity, I see, is one of the things that I'm getting from this card. This is also when a light bulb goes off, so we get like a new idea. This is also when we're just on a really good path where things just feel lit up. We gain clarity on our direction. And light is also kind of like when the sun is out, right? It's happy. It's like we're surrounded by light. There's a light-hearted energy. Like light has so many different meanings and it's all just very good. So yeah, I know that was quite a few different meanings there. So yeah, multi-layered card right there. Let's see what else we get for you guys. Group 4. Let's see what else we have for you guys. Group 4. Ooh, my goodness. We also have the love card. Look at that. You're opening up like a flower. You are opening yourself up so much more, and the love is just literally like dripping out of you. So this card, I think that you guys are definitely getting to a new level in yourselves and allowing yourselves to feel deeper. You guys are going to feel more love in 2022 than you felt in a long time, if not ever. This is getting deep. We are shining that light. We are opening it right up. We also have freedom right here. So I think that you guys are also, yeah, you're allowing yourselves to be free. No more on guard and things like that. No more crazy discipline over yourself. This is like, we are opening up to freedom, to be fully authentic, like I was saying with the light card, to allow ourselves to fully love and to fully express that love. My goodness. Also, this rainbow is connecting. So it's like, also, it's just like, it feels like the universe is aligning you to this. And it is connecting you to this. And this is the right time. It's just like the right time, the right place. It's a very strong connection with this trine card. All right, let's see what else we get for you guys. Group 4. We have, of course we have this card. We have the love card, then we have the great big love card. We also have the wedding card. My goodness, you guys. So group 4, I cannot with you. You guys, this is self-explanatory, just like the love card. You guys are reaching a new level of love, a new level of your heart that has never been reached before. Your heart is opening up to a new level that has not been reached before. That is all I can say. My goodness. It's also interesting that you guys chose the rubellite heart. Rubellite is red tourmaline. This helps us align to our life's purpose. It also aligns us to what we're meant to be doing and cuts out anything that we're not meant to be doing. So that's why you're leaving behind and transitioning out. This is all about like a transition, transitioning you to what you're meant to be doing, who you're meant to be with as well. It's also very energizing. It's a very energizing crystal. So, wow. It's also very protective as well. It's honestly a very loving crystal. Look into some rubellite, red tourmaline. I gotta say, guys, it is a great crystal. But yeah, with that being said, we are going to end off this reading by doing a pick a card within a pick a card, which I've been loving doing lately. I'm also gonna restart my camera so that it doesn't cut out on us. Okay, we are back. We restarted the camera. So basically the pick a card within a pick a card is you guys are gonna think about any question that you wanna ask about your love life in 2022, any question at all. I'm going to be laying down 3 different cards, and then you guys are going to pick the card that you're the most drawn to, and then we're going to be choosing, or you guys will be choosing which one you're the most drawn to, and then we'll be reading them. So, and that will be the answer to whatever question that you have. I hope that's making sense. I'm like all over the place right now. So yes, pick a card within a pick a card. I'm sure you guys are experts at pick a cards by now. So let's see. For group 2, what card do we have here for group number 2? That one. Okay. 3 cards. This is perfect. Okay, cool. The cards are trying to go all over the place. So think about the question that you guys want to ask about your love life in 2022. Here is group 1, 2, and 3. You can take a moment. You can pause the video if you want some more time to find the card that you're the most drawn to. But without further ado, we're just going to hop right into it. So let's see. For card number 1, your answer is a year from now. So by a year from now, whatever it is that you guys are thinking about will have come to full fruition, and you will be living it, you will be in it. So if you guys were asking about timing, that is a direct timing answer. If you guys are wondering if something is going to happen, yes, it is. And I think you guys will have your answer, or at least be very much on that path 1 year from now, and it's going to be very clear, very obvious. So yes. If you guys chose card number 2, the answer to your question is opportunity. So there's a new doorway opening. Opportunity also means that there is a very good chance that this is going to happen as long as you keep on that same path that is wide open for you to go down. And by staying on that same path, it's just by following your inspirations, following what makes you feel good. And that is the correct path to be on. But there is this opportunity opening up, and I think that you guys are opening up this opportunity more and more, and this opportunity is just flowing down to you. As you can see, like, she literally has her arms out. She's receiving this opportunity. You guys are receiving this opportunity. This is coming in. This is already on its way. You're already on the path. Okay. Card number 3, if you guys chose this one, your answer is not the right time. So maybe there's more waiting involved here. Yeah, maybe there's more waiting involved here. Maybe it's just not the right time at the moment, because there's more that needs to be done. There's more that needs to be either talked about. There's more conversations to be had. there's more experiences to be experienced before this is the right time. But that right time is coming. Just because it's not the right time right now, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be the right time. It's just like there's more things that we need to do and handle beforehand. Also, my camera's about to die, so I'm going to apologize right now if it cuts out. But yes, basically that card, the right time can be had. We just need to get our ducks in a row, okay? So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading group number 4. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so my last lovely group number 5. If you guys chose this one, then this is going to be a reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, group 5, let's get into this. So for you guys, we have the first quarter moon in Sagittarius, then we have the Chariot, the 7 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, the 7 of Cups. We have 2 7s here. And then we also have the last quarter moon in Pisces. So we have the first quarter moon and then the last quarter moon. So something is coming to completion in your love life in 2022. We're closing out an old chapter. And we are completing, there's something completing here. It's also really interesting that we have the Chariot, because this is about to move you into a whole new direction right here. And the 7 of Pentacles is when we are laying the seeds of something that we are desiring and wanting, something that we're beginning to manifest. But it's really interesting that you guys have these 2 sword cards right here, because this kind of alludes to the fact that maybe we have an overabundance of anxiety or worry, or like we're having some sleepless nights, we're getting some bad dreams, or we're kind of just letting our mind take over and come up with scenarios that might not even happen or haven't even happened yet, but we're like worrying about something. And then we also have the 7 of Cups here, and the 7 of Cups can sometimes mean that, you know, we're scared of choosing something, or we're scared of committing to something, or we're scared of fully doing something because we don't know what the outcome is yet. We're scared that we might choose wrong. We're scared that, like, oh, what if I do this and the outcome is not what I'm hoping it to be? Or like, what if I say this and then, like, there's some anxiety here. Like, I'm picking up on some anxiety right here, but we're like trying to manifest a really good outcome, but there's some anxiety happening. So in 2022, you guys are closing out the chapter of having anxiety, to say the least, because we have the last quarter moon in Pisces, and Pisces is your mental state, and the last quarter moon is like the closing out of something. So I think that you guys will be closing out an anxious period of your life in 2022. And just as this card says, talk less, feel more. So you guys are going to get more in tune with your emotions and start to focus on, like, how am I feeling? Let's start to feel better. Okay? Let's not like talk about so much about, like, you know, all of my worries and all my anxieties. Let's just feel the way that I want to feel. That's going to be like the key to 2022, is feel the way you want to feel. Stop talking about how you don't want to feel and how you currently feel. Let's just start to feel the way I want to feel. Because whether you believe it or not, you have dominion over your emotions and the way that you feel. You have dominion over that. Okay? Hard thing to explain right now, but basically your thoughts lead to the emotions that you have. Your emotions lead to the behaviors that you then have and the actions that you take. And those actions and behaviors that you have then produce certain outcomes that then reinforce your certain thinking behaviors, and then those certain thinking behaviors reinforce the emotional state. But if you change the way you're thinking and you change the way you're feeling, because you do have dominion over that, you can change your thoughts, you can think new thoughts, you can think new emotions. And as you begin to choose the ones that feel good to you, it will change, again, your thinking patterns and your emotions. And then because of these new thinking patterns and emotions, you're then going to have new behaviors and actions. And then those new behaviors and actions are going to have different outcomes, because they're different behaviors and actions, of course. Those are going to have different outcomes. And then those new outcomes are going to reinforce this new thinking and new emotional state, therefore shifting your reality, okay? So 2022 is all about this huge reality shift that you guys are going to go through, and you guys are going to be mastering a certain lesson, because the 2 7s that we have right here, this is about mastering a certain lesson. You guys are going to begin to master your mind. You guys are also going to begin to master your intuition on what you're then creating in your life as well, because whenever we have a lot of turmoil in our mind, that gets reflected externally as well. So you guys might have noticed certain things feel out of alignment. Whatever you guys have been trying to manifest Maybe it seems hard to manifest it. Maybe it seems like certain things keep happening where we can't manifest it. It's giving us anxiety. There's something that we're not seeing, something that keeps catching us off guard that puts us in this state. 2022 is about realizing what that was and getting over it and realizing that you have control over that. And you're shifting your whole direction to a new direction. So in 2022, group 5, you will be entirely shifting yourself, mastering your mind and mental state in regards to your love life and manifesting some new stuff in your love life and manifesting a good outcome. You might be worried that like, oh, what if it doesn't turn out the way I want it to? And what if it doesn't actually happen? It will happen, but we just need to master our mind. Okay, and your 2022 is about mastering your mind. And I know we haven't talked too much about love quite yet, but I promise like this is all to deal with your love life at the end of the day, because there's somehow been worries about it, but there's a certain direction you guys are trying to go in. But 2022 is finally about going in that direction. And then guess what? The outcome of that is up to you. The 7 of Cups shows that there's unlimited outcomes here. But it depends on which one we focus on is the one that we then end up receiving. Because again, whichever one that you're focusing on, that is creating the thoughts that you have, which then create the emotions that you have, which then dictate the behaviors and actions you take, which then lead you to that outcome that you're thinking of. So if you think of the best outcome possible, your emotions will begin to match that. You'll begin to feel that. Then your actions will begin to match those emotions and those thoughts. And then the outcomes of those actions are then equal to the thought. Anything that you give out, you receive back. Okay, so if you're giving out the actions that are equal to your thoughts, that will be what you're getting. But we have dominion over our thoughts and our emotions, like I said, so you can choose the outcome by choosing your thoughts and your emotions. Okay? So, for you guys, it is your whole 2022 is about mastering that and about leaving behind an old state, leaving behind this old pattern, leaving behind this pattern where there seems to be disappointment and hurt and anxiety. This is about mastering that and getting over that. You guys are finally leaving this behind, whatever this cycle is, this whole cycle, blah. This 2022 year is getting over that, baby. It is getting over that obstacle. So just as this one says, so the first quarter moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is our aim, where we're going. It's also the unlimited potential. The fact that it's the first quarter moon is this opening up to this unlimited potential. And look at it, it says, believe in your good luck. Believe in your good luck, because as you do that, it'll influence the behaviors and actions you take. And those behaviors and actions will then be equal to good luck and your belief in it, which will then give you that result. So this year is about picking your aim and shifting your direction, because we always have 2 different wheels that we can pull from. We can pull from the devil on our shoulder, or we can pull from the angel on our shoulder. If we pull from this direction, we're going in that direction. If we take the reins from this direction, we keep our thoughts here, then we're going in that direction. See? The chariot is literally showing the black and white like directions that we can go in. And depending on which one we focus on is the one that we are leading with. Okay? So you guys are shifting your path in 2022. And you're going to shift it to something better. You're going to shift it more towards your desires by focusing on your mind, okay? So it's so interesting that this whole pile that you guys chose has a lot to deal with law of attraction and manifestation. That's really interesting. But yeah, I really see you guys starting to gain mastery over yourselves. And because of that, you're gaining mastery over the outcome that you're experiencing in your life. But you're also ending a major old pattern that was really bothering you. So with that being said, let's get into our next few cards. The next 2 that we have Pluto of Rebirth, and we have the 9th house of Exploration. This one's very connected to Sagittarius, and we also have the Sagittarius card right here, so it's very interesting. You guys will be exploring different options, different outcomes, new directions that you want to go in. So in 2022, I see you guys kind of just exploring your options, exploring what do you want, what's the outcome you want, what do you really want in your love life? That is going to be the big question. What do you really, really want? Because it's not this. You guys might think that you want this. You guys might be like, oh, but I want this scenario to turn out so badly, whatever this kind of more negative scenario is. I want it to work out. Do you though? Because why would we want a negative scenario to work out for us? If it's not in alignment with us, it's because it's not in alignment with us. And if we keep forcing it to happen, it's not going to happen because something here is out of alignment. We need to go after the things that are in alignment with us, because we might think we want this because we're like, oh, it has the potential to be blah, 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 blah. But if that thing doesn't want to be that, it's not going to work out. So we have to choose something that's on the same page as us. We have to find something that's on the same page as us. So exploration, it's time to find something that's on the same page as you. It's time to find something that equally wants the same thing, that is on the same path, that wants the same outcome, right? Because that's what's going to lead you towards that. So exploring your options there. And then we also have Pluto of rebirth. And a lot of people think that Pluto is more of a malefic planet. And I got to say, I entirely disagree with that. I think Pluto is one of the most blessing planets that there is. And the reason being, first off, Pluto is all about the endings of stuff. It eradicates old stuff. It's all that Scorpio energy. So it's like, it will end and eradicate the things in your life that are no longer serving you. But that's actually a great thing if you think about it. Because if something's no longer serving you and we're like attached to it and we're thinking like, oh, but what if it can work out? Pluto comes in and is like, nope, I'm going to make it not work out at all. So Pluto does eradicate the things in your life that are no longer serving you. But Pluto, because it does that, it's also the planet of rebirth, just as it says. So it is also the planet that brings you the blessing that you've been waiting for. It gives you a gift. So anything that it ever takes away, it also gives something in return. So it exchanges you. It says, okay, give me what is not working out for you. In fact, it doesn't even say it that politely. Pluto's more like, I'm going to take whatever's not working for you. So I'm just going to steal it away from you. But I'm also going to leave you a little gift. And this gift is going to replace whatever that thing was. And this gift is going to serve you. So the gift ends up being way better than the thing that Pluto took from you in the first place. Okay, so you're going to get a blessing, and it's going to be such a beautiful blessing, because Pluto always does that. So by the end of 2022, and again, it's a general reading, so this can happen any moment in 2022, but by the end of it, for all of you watching this, there's going to be some sort of big blessing that you guys come across and that you guys receive from the energy of Pluto. It is going to be taking away something that is no longer serving you, that you might still be attached to, or you might still be whatever, hung up on. Pluto will take that away, but it will leave you with a blessing of something that does serve you, that replaces that thing tenfold. Okay, that's what Pluto does. So I see the planet Pluto as such a blessing planet. It is not a malefic planet. It's malefic because it doesn't just nicely show up at your door being like, hey, I'm going to take away that thing. Will you just give that to me, please? No, it's like, it just comes, it shows up, it destroys it, but then it leaves you a gift. So it does it in a very, kind of crazy way, but at the same time, it is for your benefit, okay? The next two cards that we have for you guys, we have attraction and flirt. So in regards to your love life, group number 5, I would not be surprised if, as you guys kind of let go of whatever this scenario was right here that was not on the same page as you, that was kind of causing restriction and restraint and friction. Once that leaves, I see you guys kind of like smelling the sweetness of life again, being able to have fun in life again and enjoy yourself and open up and begin to just playfully experience life once again, rather than worrying, rather than having this sort of like blah sort of stuff happening. You guys will finally be able to enjoy and just have fun with the fruits of life. So, I see you guys getting into so much more of a happier state. And there could even be somebody who there is an attraction here. And there's like flirtatious behavior here. So, Ooh la la, group number 5. So with that being said, let's go into this next deck and let's see what else we get for you guys. So group 5, 2022 love life for group 5. What else we get here? We have perspective. So a perspective shift, which makes total sense. And this is Neptune, which is very connected to Pisces, which is all about your fantasy life. So a perspective shift. Instead of expecting this, instead of seeing this, it's shifting your perspective. It's shifting your thinking patterns, your emotional state to be in alignment. So there's going to be a huge perspective shift, which is what we were talking about in the Chariot. Which one are you driving with? Are you driving with the angel, or are you driving with the devil, or whatever? That sort of scenario. So, and basically the angel and the devil just represent, are you driving towards the negative thinking, or are you driving with the positive thinking towards what you do want, and the positive expectation, the positive emotion, or the negative emotion, expecting bad, being in anxiety, being in nervousness. So there needs to be a perspective shift here, and 2022 is bringing that perspective shift for you so that you lead to a brand new outcome and receive the blessings of Pluto. Okay, so then we also have expression. That one's been coming out for like everybody, I feel like. But yeah, you guys are finally going to be able to change the way you express yourself, change what you put out in the world, what you lead with in the world. And then the next 2 cards that we have here, we have discipline and introspection. So internal reflection, that's kind of like the Hermit card almost, and realizing what needs shift. And then disciplining yourself to like, hey, I need to commit to this new way of being, and I need to let go of the things that do not serve me. It's like that self-discipline. No longer will I stick to or try to make the things happen that are not for me. It's that self-discipline. I need to practice self-discipline and stick to what is good for me. And yeah. So yeah, with that being said, next few cards. So 2022 for group 5, we have the card here of boundaries. So setting proper boundaries. So having the discipline to set proper boundaries so that you're not being walked all over by the old scenarios. We also have forgive. So forgiving yourself, forgiving the past, and then finally connecting to romance. What is it that you really want? And we need to cut certain things away in order to fully step into our new life. To allow the new life in, we need to let go and cut away the old life. And we can't move forward with hate. We can't move forward with what's the word I'm looking for? Blame or you guys know what I'm talking about. You can't move forward with turmoil in your heart. We have to forgive the past. We have to forgive other people in order to move forward with a clean slate and then create stuff. Because if we move forward with wounds still, those end up showing in our next relationship because we haven't forgiven it. We haven't let it go. Forgiveness is letting something go, allowing it to be what it was and no longer carrying it. Otherwise, you're just carrying the poison with you, and then anyone else you encounter is also going to get a taste of that poison. Why do we want to keep repeating that same pattern, right? In order for us to let go of patterns, we need to forgive and let go. So 2022 is also going to be all about that. So let's see what else we get for you guys. Group number 5. Okay, so we have seeing beyond. So finally being able to see the bigger picture here. I think you guys are finally going to be able to see the big picture. Finally be able to see the pattern that you were once stuck in, and finally seeing how you can create the future that you desire. We also have call of the muse. So I think that there's going to be this gut instinct that's calling you in this new direction. There's going to be this call into this new direction. And I think that's going to allow you to kind of see the bigger picture and move into this new state and this new energy where you receive the blessings of Pluto, where you finally get to enjoy the funness of life, how we had the flirt and the other like playful card that we had. What was it? I don't remember. Attraction. So the attraction of life, stopping and smelling the roses, the finally like the bliss of life. So you're going to finally have this call into that new direction. in 2022. So with that being said, my loves, we're gonna have a little pick a card within a pick a card to end off this reading. So think about any question that you would like to ask the tarot, or this isn't tarot, this is oracle, but think about any question that you'd like to ask, and basically I will be placing down 3 different groups here, and then you will think or kind of like decide which one you're the most drawn to for your question, and then we'll be going through them and revealing the answers. So for group 1, we are going to be choosing this card. Group 2 is going to be this card, and I'm feeling this one for group 3. So take a moment, pause the video if you need to find the card that you're the most drawn to for your question, and then when you're ready, come back to it. And without further ado, let's just hop right into it. So if you guys chose card number 1 for your question, your answer is take action. Oh my God, this has been coming up so much lately. So it is time for you guys to do. It is time to take action. There's no more waiting. The universe is like, no more waiting. This is the right time. We're no longer waiting for the right time. Right now is the right time. We're no longer going to be waiting for a sign. The signs have been given. This is time to take action. It's time to do it. It's time to go for it. It's time to go for your biggest dreams. It's time to take action towards it, to get your answers. No more waiting and being like, oh, well, eventually it'll happen. Eventually I'll find out, right? No. Take action. Find out right now. Let's do it right now. Let's get it done. That way we know, and we don't have to waste any more time. Okay? And that way we can move and start to take steps towards what it is that we want. Okay, so with that being said, card number 2, if you guys chose this one, your answer is reconsider. So the sword symbolizes cutting something away from your life. So there's something that we maybe need to reconsider and rethink about. Maybe we need to still have certain conversations, because the swords can also represent the air signs, which is all about communication. So having proper communication. Maybe we need to reconsider something because we still need to fully have these important talks, or we need to fully have certain realizations still. Okay, so we need to take action to maybe even get to the place to where we know and have clarity. And we're needing to like let something go, create proper boundaries. Okay. So with that being said, card number 3, if you guys chose this card, the answer to your question is trust. So having full trust in the universe that your desire does exist. It is out there, and you can and will find it if you trust in the universe and you lead with that, that trust and that emotion and those thoughts. If you lead with that, if you lead with, again, the angel instead of the devil, if you lead with that, it is going to bring you where you want to go. So having that full trust in that, full trust to cut away the things that are holding you back, full trust to take action in that direction and know that you're going to get there. Okay, so all these cards actually play off of each other very well. So I hope that gives you guys your answers. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading group number 5. And if you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.